Do you know what word appears most often in the suicide notes left by men? Useless. Just one word, yet it encapsulates the crushing weight of despair. Today, let's focus on the topic often ignored but is painfully urgent, the silent epidemic of male suicide. Why are men often seen as the society's pillars breaking under this pressure? What's driving this wave of despair? Let's break it down. Men are expected to be strong, calm, and unshaken. Yet the statistics tell a very different story. Nearly 77% of the global suicides were men. That's 3 out of every 4 cases, a staggering reality we cannot ignore. And these aren't just numbers. Behind every statistics is a real person, a real struggle, and a real tragedy. Recently, multiple cases from India have reignited the conversation about the lack of gender-neutral laws and support system for men in marital and personal disputes. The most recent case involved a filmmaker who left behind a heartbreaking suicide note blaming the relentless legal and emotional turmoil. This case actually follows another high-profile tragedy where a young techie in India found himself caught in a legal and a societal trap with no way out. And while these cases have sparked discussions, they are not isolated incidents. Around the world, men are ending their lives under similar circumstances, overwhelmed by the systemic biases, overwhelmed by the societal pressure, and a complete lack of support. From a young age, men are conditioned to suppress their emotions, be strong, never cry, don't show weakness. These cultural expectations often leave man ill-equipped to process failure, rejection, or vulnerability. And when men do seek help, they are often dismissed or shamed. Mental health support systems tend to cater more to women and children, unintentionally sidelining men. And then comes the systemic pressures, the financial struggles, unemployment, family disputes where the legal system often assumes men are always in the wrong. While these pressures pile on, the weight becomes unbearable. Laws are meant to protect women against domestic abuse. While they are necessary, they are sometimes weaponized, leaving men feeling powerless and unjustly accused. And frankly, this isn't about undermining the progress for women. It's about recognizing that both genders face unique challenges. And failing to address one issue in fear of hurting another only deepens the divide. We need balance. Legal systems should protect all individuals fairly. Because when laws fail, lives are lost. My biggest concern is, why don't we talk about this more? Is it because of the deeply ingrained idea of male machismo? That men don't need help? That they are invincible? The silence around men's mental health, it's deafening. Organizations and mental health advocates are stepping up, but the real change requires a cultural shift. We need to normalize emotional vulnerability in men. Schools, workplaces, and communities must lead the charge in creating a safe space for men to express their struggles. Why do we glorify male strength but ignore male suffering? Why do we demand that men carry the weight of the world but deny them a safe space to collapse? Despair does not discriminate, but the way we address it does. So how much longer can we afford to ignore this crisis? What kind of world are we building if half the population feels disposable? We need to create systems that values men, not just for their strength, but for their humanity. My goal is not to divide. It is to recognize suffering wherever it exists and work towards real solutions. Let's talk about this. Let's change the narrative. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to my channel. And let's keep the conversation going.